You know that moment when you realize your life just turned into a bad sitcom episode? Yeah, that was me last Friday night. The annual company awards, fancy suits, champagne flowing, and my wife Lisa standing right next to me. Except instead of being my partner in crime, she became my public executioner. We were at the Ritz. The whole company gathered in a grand ballroom that screamed success and small talk. I had been working my ass off all year, late nights, missed dinners, annoying endless Zoom calls. I thought maybe, just maybe, this year I'd get recognized. Not as the team player or nice guy, but the actual top performer. So when my name was called for the Best Sales Executive Award, my heart jumped. I walked to the stage, shaking, ready to deliver my little thank you speech. I could feel the eyes on me. Some supportive, others probably thinking about their next drink. And then Lisa opened her mouth. "Wow, John," she said loud enough for half the city to hear. "You're so small. I mean, look at you up here. So tiny compared to everyone else." Cue the gasps. The awkward silence that followed felt like a frozen lake I was about to fall through. People stopped clapping. Some laughed nervously. My face. Oh, it turned into that perfect shade of "I'm going to disappear now." Lisa didn't stop. "Honestly, it's surprising you even got this award. Must be the only way you can stand out, right?" There it was. Humiliation served on a silver platter. Right there in front of the entire company, my wife publicly shredded me like I was some joke. I tried to laugh it off, but my legs nearly gave out. My colleagues, my boss, even the janitor looked at me like I was a punchline. After the ceremony, I escaped to the bathroom, staring at my reflection. "Small," she said. Like that was the biggest insult. What did she mean? Small in height? In achievement? In balls? The worst part. Lisa's smirk said it all. She didn't say it out of anger or jealousy. She said it like a weapon she had, sharpened for years. I remembered the nights when she would belittle me quietly at home. "You'll never be good enough." The silent treatments, the "I deserve better." Now it was public, cruel, calculated. So there I was, humiliated, broken, and wondering what the hell I was going to do next. The clock was ticking, and I swear, I'm not the same man who climbed that stage. After the ceremony, I could barely face the crowd. Everyone was whispering, some shooting sympathetic glances, others barely hiding their smirks. The whole company suddenly became a high school cafeteria, and I was the kid who just got shoved into the lockers. Lisa, on the other hand, was all smiles, like she had just dropped a mic and walked off stage. I kept replaying her words over and over in my head. Small. How could one word cut so deep? But it wasn't just about my height or my achievements. It was about everything she had been burying inside, and I was the unlucky target. Back at home, things didn't get better. Lisa acted like nothing happened, like I should just be grateful for the honor and not the humiliation. Her cold shoulder was colder than the air conditioning blasting in my car as I drove aimlessly around the city that night. I thought about quitting. Seriously. Just handing in my resignation and disappearing. But what would that say? That she won? That I was weak? No, if anything, that night lit a fire I didn't know I still had. The next morning I showed up at work with one goal: revenge. Not the dramatic soap opera kind. No, I wanted slow, subtle, and most importantly, satisfying. I started small. I observed Lisa's daily routine, the things she took for granted. The way she strutted through the office like she owned the place. How she loved being the center of attention. The little secrets she thought no one knew. Turns out, Lisa's so-called perfect image was more fragile than a cheap wine glass. She had been climbing on a shaky ladder, and I was about to shake the whole damn thing. I dug into her projects, found the cracks in her presentations, and quietly fed the right information to the right people. Not to get her fired, that would be too easy, but to make her question every step she took, to make her sweat behind that perfect smile. But the best part? I started winning back respect. Colleagues who once pitied me now nodded when I spoke. My boss even pulled me aside for a chat, something he hadn't done in months. Lisa noticed. Of course. Her eyes narrowed every time I walked by, and I swear she bit her lip like a kid caught stealing cookies. She wasn't used to losing. One afternoon, I received an anonymous tip about a meeting she was planning. A secret behind closed doors involving some questionable business deals, the kind of stuff that could ruin a career if leaked. That was my opening. I didn't need to yell or confront. I just needed to wait, watch, and strike when the time was right. So here I am, biding my time, with a plan that's slowly unfolding like a dark flower in the night. Lisa thinks she humiliated me. But in this game, the smallest player often has the deadliest moves. I'm just getting started. The day of reckoning came faster than Lisa expected. I had everything I needed, the emails, the meeting recordings, the financial slips hidden in plain sight. All the little cracks in her shiny facade were now proof of a bigger mess. I could have gone to HR, to the board, or even leaked everything to the press. But that's not how I wanted to play it. I wanted her humiliation to be as public and theatrical as mine had been. So I invited the entire company to a surprise meeting. The same room where she had laughed at me, where I had stood like a fool. The lights dimmed. The projector flickered on. I stood at the front, the clicker in my hand, with a calm I hadn't felt in years. Good afternoon, everyone, I began. Today I want to talk about integrity, about trust, and about what happens when those are broken. The screen lit up with her name, her emails, and the documents she thought were hidden. I narrated the story, how she had manipulated contracts, hidden expenses, and lied to close deals. Every slide was a nail in her coffin. I watched as her confident smile faded into a mask of shock and panic. The same panic I had seen in my own reflection that terrible night. The room buzzed. Whispers turned into gasps, gasps into murmurs of disbelief. Colleagues I barely knew came up to me afterward, offering congratulations and support. Lisa tried to interrupt, to deny, but her words fell flat, drowned out by the evidence. When it was over, I walked off the stage with the weight of years lifted off my shoulders. No need for dramatic exits or shouting matches. The truth spoke louder than any insult. Later, HR called her in. Within days, she was gone, resigned, or forced out. The details don't matter. What mattered was the justice I served, slow and cold. And me? I kept my job. The boss even promoted me a week later. Apparently, there's value in the small guy who plays smart. That night, I sat alone in my apartment, sipping whiskey and scrolling through the endless flood of congratulatory messages. The sting of humiliation was gone, replaced by a bitter satisfaction. I texted Lisa once. Just one message. Thanks for calling me small. It made me grow in ways you never imagined. No reply, of course. Funny how life works. The same woman who made me feel worthless ended up making me stronger. And now, every time I hear the word small, I smile, because I know the truth.